to Turtle Burger Vlogmas Day 12. It's me, Brittany. Thank you for joining me. I'm really tired. It is really late past my bedtime and I still have a lot to do. Not only this, but there is a disaster on the other side of this camera that I have not cleaned up yet. Plus I need to do my schedule for tomorrow. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into fun stuff. I have a finished object. I finished my husband's ornament bauble. This is the stockinette swatch cozy from the Stacey Lewis, the knitting tutor, for the Bauble along. The yarn I use for this is, I don't have the label, Huntington Valley yarns, I'm pretty sure, in the color blue. And that will be added to our Christmas tree. And then I only have one more bauble. I've already started, but I'm playing around with the gauge on it. It is Berger's green bauble. That is much larger gauge than these are. Okay, so also I finished a mitten, one single mitten. I have to make 4 for 2 pairs, but anyway, here it is. So this is the Point Edwards mittens, a free pattern on Ravelry. I cannot remember who it's by, but it's linked below. I obviously, if you've seen the picture, made modifications to this. So let's go over all the details first. First off, this is Lion Brand Mandala in the color Nifflers, which is this cake right here. And I am taking a cue from my friend Leslie, who has recently repurposed a baby hat into a yarn cozy. And I thought, oh, I've got baby hats, I could do that. But I haven't even gotten those out yet because I had this empty basket. And so it was just right for these big cakes of Lion Brand Mandala. So anyway, it's in here now, and that's that cake. The needles I'm using are US size, what is this, a 3.5 millimeter. I'm doing it on Magic Loop. It is a DK weight. Other than that, I have, well, I've kind of made modifications, but not really. So let's go over it. First off, I did 3 inches of a twisted rib, and which actually really hurts my fingers, but or my hands, but it is quite nice. I do like it. So I take back my further judgment that said I won't do it again, because I think I will. I do like it. It is worth it. And then I worked up the hand. So today, actually, today's progress, I only did 4 rounds of this, which finished it. And then I started the other one, which I'll show you. Oh, and I did the thumb. So the modifications that I've made is this part is meant, I did 2 inches. It's meant to go 4 inches, and then you fold it back over like this. And I quite like it like this. And these are gifts. I'm making 2 pairs of these. They're gifts for my sister-in-laws. And I also, the thumb is meant to go until, she didn't give an inch on that. I think she just said till it was the end. And then it also is meant to fold over, but I just did it. I believe this is 1 inch, maybe 8 rounds for me. Also in twisted rib. So you use a German twisted cast on, which is fine because it's fitted. You bind off using a stretchy bind off. So what I did was, in pattern, I knitted them. So for example, twisted rib, I knit one through the back loop, purled one, and then you knit them together through the back loop, if that makes sense. And that gives a stretchy bind off. But here's the exciting thing. So I mentioned a few days ago that I was like, oh man, I didn't think about this at the time, but I don't have any more peach. Well, then Leslie commented last night, like, oh, on the second pair, you know, you could do 2 at a time if you have 2 cakes, which I do, which I'll get to. But then I was like, I had 2 cakes of this, and all of it was together. So the first cake, this is all I have left. It's just the like this teal section right here. And I was like, what did I make with the rest of that? Because I know I didn't give it away, because I typically just keep everything that I make. And then I remembered I did a test knit hat for April of Northern Maple Yarn Designs. I want to say it must have been 2021. It could have been 2020. I don't know. Anyway, it was this hat. It's crocheted, and I have just kept it. It was in a donation pile that I would like to donate. We just haven't gone yet, because I'm finally at the point where I'm ready to get rid of stuff that I've made that just sits in a bag or a tote or in a box. I've got stuff everywhere. Anyway, and so I thought, let me go find that hat. So I found the hat, and I had the top of it. So after this yellow section apparently is when it goes into the peach and then the pink. So I went and found, I had this section, and basically the whole crown was the peach, and hidden in this ball is the pink, and it's 10 grams. This glove took 16 grams. So I was like, yes, all I really need is the peach, because if I run out of the pink, no biggie, you know, I've got a lot more of the pink. So I was like, oh, I was so excited. So they will be semi-matching now. But that did remind me, at the time I had not picked out a yarn really for the second cake. Originally, before I realized the whole coloring problem, I was just going to go straight with this cake and how it turned out, because I wasn't really thinking of the changing colors and not having 2 cakes. So anyway, but I do have 2 cakes that was given to me by Leslie of this Lion brand mandala. So the same yarn in a different color. This is the color Fairy. I have 2 cakes of it, so I can do 2 at a time on these, and so I will try that. I have not been very successful in the past, but I will try that so that they are being worked from the same point. So that is really, really exciting. Let's see, I think that was pretty much all I worked on. Oh, I didn't even show you the other cup. So of this, I finished this one today. It had 4 rounds, or it's upside down. I had 4 rounds here, which I did, which completed 2 inches. And then I did the thumb, which turned out really nicely, if I say so myself. It's not perfect, but I mean, I think that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't think it's a major thing. I'm just glad I didn't get things twisted or turned around or anything. And then, so I did that, and then I did this much of the second cuff, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which right now is 1.5 inches. So I need to double it to 3 inches. So I'm at 12 rounds. I do 24 and then work the rest of the pattern as is, other than halving the rib on the you know, this part, the hand rib, I guess, and the thumb rib. And let me see, did I work on anything else? I feel like I knit a lot today, and then I finished the bauble. Well, I guess I didn't, but I didn't have time to cast it on, but I did take on another sock test knit, which I was so excited about. I've actually been waiting for this one. I'm not going to show you that yarn or bag or anything yet until I actually start it, hopefully tomorrow. And I have not done any of my Sockmas socks in a couple of days. That's probably not going to happen by Friday, but we'll see. Anyway, so that is all of today's progress. I worked last night. I went to bed with my thumb hurting, and I thought, it's these needles, like what, you know, I'm just getting used to them. But then, sorry, see, I cracked my fingers. But then when I woke up this morning, like my thumb felt better, my gauge was a little looser, not really looser, but like I wasn't having to struggle to get the stitches back on. I don't know how to describe this, but when you're like on Magic Loop, like I was having to fight this thing, and now it just goes on so easy. So I think it was just me getting my inks down in the needles and yarn and just holding them so tight. But today I did knit a lot, and so it's actually kind of hurting again. But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go clean up this mess of toys, and I might just put on a Christmas movie. I feel like I watch, well, I don't feel like, I know I do. We watch cartoons in the background all day long. So now I'm going to watch a Christmas movie. So yeah, that is it from me today, and hopefully if everything works out, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.